2025 is just around the corner. It's the perfect time to reset, realign, and step into the year with clarity and purpose. What better guide than Stoic wisdom to help you create a year of intentional growth? Here are 8 Stoic lessons to reset your mindset and make 2025 a year of fulfillment. Focus on what you can control. Life is a constant ebb and flow of challenges, surprises, and uncontrollable circumstances. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, trying to manage or fix things that are entirely out of our hands, like how others behave, unexpected setbacks, or even the weather on an important day. But the Stoics offer a powerful reminder. True peace comes not from controlling the external, but from mastering the internal. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's greatest thinkers, teaches us some things are up to us and some things are not. What's up to you? Your thoughts, your actions, and your attitudes. Everything else, external opinions, the actions of others, outcomes, exists beyond your influence. When you cling to controlling the uncontrollable, you waste precious time and energy. Here's what it might look like in everyday life. Scenario 1, your boss criticizes your work. If you fixate on their words, replaying the conversation endlessly and trying to decode their intentions, you're giving control over your mood to someone else. Scenario 2, traffic makes you late to an event. If you let frustration and anger take over, the traffic hasn't just delayed you. It's stolen your peace of mind. Scenario 3, you post a creative project online, and it gets a mix of positive and critical feedback. If you chase external approval, the opinions of others can cloud your confidence. In all of these examples, your power lies not in the event itself, but in how you choose to respond. Fixating on the uncontrollable causes 3 key problems. Wasted energy. The time you spend worrying about things, you can't influence as energy you could be using to address what you can. Emotional turmoil. Obsessing over what ifs creates unnecessary anxiety, pulling you away from the present moment. Loss of agency. When your peace depends on external factors, you lose your sense of autonomy, feeling like life happens to you instead of through you. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. By shifting your focus inward, you regain your sense of stability and purpose. In 2025, make it a priority to focus on what you can control. Here's how to start. Create a circle of control list. Draw 2 circles. One for what you can control and one for what you can't. For example, you can control how prepared you are for a presentation, but not your audience's reaction. Review this regularly to keep your priorities clear. Shift your internal narrative. When facing setbacks, ask yourself, what is within my power to change? Focus only on those aspects and mentally let go of the rest. Practice mindful detachment. Meditation and mindfulness can help you observe negative thoughts or feelings about uncontrollable events without becoming entangled in them. Visualization techniques, such as imagining worries being swept away by waves, can also help. Set process-oriented goals. Focus on the steps you can take rather than the end results. For example, if your goal is to get healthier, focus on consistent habits like meal prepping or daily walks rather than an arbitrary number on the scale. Reflect with gratitude. Each evening, take a moment to reflect on the efforts you made to align with your values, regardless of the outcomes. This builds a habit of focusing on what truly matters, the effort, not the result. By anchoring yourself in what you can control, you shift from being a passenger in your life to its driver, navigating uncertainty with calm and clarity. Focusing on what you can control isn't about ignoring life's chaos. It's about choosing where to direct your power. Let 2025 be the year you step into your strength and let go of unnecessary worry. After all, as Seneca wisely said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Choose to suffer less and thrive more. Practice daily reflection. Reflection is one of the most powerful tools for self-awareness and growth. It's an ancient practice the Stoics held in high regard. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, dedicated his evenings to journaling, asking himself questions like, where did I fall short? What did I do well? And what can I do better tomorrow? In his private writings, now known as meditations, he reminds us that self-reflection isn't just about what we've done. It's about shaping who we want to become. In today's fast-paced world, daily reflection often gets overlooked. Here's how it might look in real life. Without reflection, you rush through your day, never pausing to evaluate what went right, what went wrong, or how to improve. As a result, your actions begin to feel automatic and reactive. With reflection, you dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to reviewing your day, celebrating small victories, and identifying moments where you could have responded differently. Over time, this simple habit builds self-awareness and a sense of control. Reflection doesn't have to be complex. It can be as simple as asking 3 key questions. What did I do well today? Where did I struggle? What can I do better tomorrow? Without regular reflection, you risk several challenges. Lost opportunities for growth. When you don't pause to assess your choices, you miss valuable lessons. Lack of direction. Days blur into weeks, and weeks into months, leaving you feeling stuck and unsure of your path forward. Emotional buildup. Ignoring your thoughts and emotions can lead to unresolved frustration or anxiety over time. Marcus Aurelius understood that life isn't about being perfect. It's about continuous improvement. Reflection bridges the gap between intention and action, helping you stay aligned with your purpose. Incorporating daily reflection into your routine can transform how you approach your days in 2025. Here's how to get started. Set aside dedicated time. Choose a consistent time each day to reflect. The evening works well for most people as it allows you to look back on the day and plan for the next. Start small. Don't overcomplicate it. Begin with a simple journaling practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, 1 lesson you learned, and 1 goal for tomorrow. Use prompts. If you're unsure how to reflect, use prompts like, what drained my energy today? What energized me? How do I align with my values? Leverage technology if needed. Apps like digital journals or guided meditations can make reflection easier if you prefer typing or listening over writing. Be honest with yourself. Reflection only works if you're willing to acknowledge both your strengths and your shortcomings. The goal isn't to criticize, but to learn and grow. By practicing daily reflection, you'll experience profound benefits over time. Greater self-awareness. You'll understand your habits, triggers, and tendencies more deeply, which is the first step toward change. Improved decision-making. Reflection helps you align your actions with your values, making better choices easier. Reduced stress. Processing your thoughts daily prevents mental clutter from piling up, fostering clarity and peace. Faster personal growth. Regularly identifying areas for improvement helps you improve consistently and effectively. Reflection is a small daily effort that leads to massive long-term rewards. Start your 2025 reset by dedicating a few moments each day to reflection. Let your journal be a guide, your quiet time a sanctuary, and your thoughts a bridge between who you are and who you aspire to become. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Choose reflection and watch your life transform. One day at a time. Cultivate resilience through discomfort. Growth often comes disguised as discomfort. While most people shy away from challenges, the Stoics teach us to embrace them as stepping stones to greater strength and wisdom. Seneca, one of Stoicism's greatest voices, reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind. As labor does the body, in other words, discomfort is not an obstacle. It's an opportunity to build resilience and fortify your character. Discomfort comes in many forms, from physical challenges to emotional and mental hurdles. Here are some everyday examples. Facing fear head-on. You're nervous about getting a presentation at work but decide to step up anyway, knowing it's a chance to grow. Breaking a bad habit. Quitting smoking, cutting back on unhealthy foods, or limiting screen time is uncomfortable but necessary for self-discipline. Pushing your limits. Training for a race or committing to a new skill involves setbacks and struggles, but it also brings growth. Navigating conflict. Instead of avoiding difficult conversations, you choose to address issues directly, knowing resolution lies on the other side. Stoicism invites you to reframe these moments, not as struggles, but as workouts for the mind and spirit. Just like lifting weights strengthens muscles, enduring discomfort strengthens resilience. Avoiding discomfort may feel safe in the moment, but it creates problems in the long run. Stunted growth only happens when you push past your limits. If you avoid challenges, you rob yourself of opportunities to evolve. Increased fear of failure. The less you expose yourself to challenges, the scarier they become, creating a cycle of avoidance. Lack of fulfillment. True satisfaction often comes from overcoming difficulties, not from staying in your comfort zone. The easier path rarely leads to meaning or achievement. By shying away from discomfort, you miss out on the transformative power of hardship. As Epictetus warned, what ought one to say then, as each hardship comes? I was practicing for this. I was training for this. 2025 is the perfect time to stop avoiding discomfort and start leaning into it. Here's how you can apply this Stoic lesson in your daily life. Set challenges for yourself. Choose a personal challenge that pushes you just outside your comfort zone. It could be running a 5K, signing up for a public speaking class, or starting a side project you've been procrastinating on. Start small. You don't need to dive into extreme situations. Begin by adding small discomforts to your day. Taking a cold shower, skipping that extra dessert, or spending time unplugged from technology. These micro challenges build resilience gradually. Reframe discomfort. Instead of labeling discomfort as something negative, view it as growth in real time. Remind yourself, this is a chance to strengthen myself. Practice voluntary discomfort. The Stoics often engaged in voluntary discomfort, such as fasting or sleeping on a hard surface, to remind themselves they could endure hardships. Incorporating occasional practices like these helps you build confidence in your ability to handle difficult situations. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge each small win. Did you have that difficult conversation? Push through a tough workout? Try something new? Reflect on your progress and use it as fuel for the next challenge. When you cultivate resilience through discomfort, the rewards are profound. Increased confidence. Each challenge you overcome builds your belief in your ability to handle adversity. Greater emotional stability. Facing discomfort regularly teaches you to stay calm and composed under pressure. Stronger mindset. You become less intimidated by difficulties, recognizing them as opportunities instead of obstacles. A fuller life. Pushing through fear and discomfort allows you to experience more. New connections, achievements, and personal milestones. The Stoics remind us that growth doesn't happen in the shadows of ease. It thrives in the sunlight of effort. By embracing discomfort, you transform from someone who avoids challenges into someone who seeks them. Make 2025 the year you embrace discomfort, not as something to fear, but as an ally in your growth. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Discomfort isn't a roadblock. It's the path forward. Step onto it with courage. Live according to your values. In a world filled with noise, trends, and endless pressure to conform, staying true to your values is one of the most courageous and rewarding paths you can choose. For the Stoics, integrity wasn't just a virtue. It was the compass for a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius urged us to ask in every decision, is this necessary? By focusing on what truly matters, you ensure your actions align with the principles that define you. Living according to your values means making deliberate choices, even when they're inconvenient or unpopular. Here's how this might look in daily life. Prioritizing meaningful relationships. Instead of saying yes to every social invitation, you invest time in relationships that uplift you and align with your ideals. Turning down unaligned opportunities. You decline a job offer with a high paycheck, but low moral integrity because it contradicts your principles. Sticking to your standards. You stay disciplined in your health goals, even when friends or colleagues pressure you to indulge. Choosing fulfillment over approval. You pursue creative projects or hobbies that bring you joy, even if they don't gain external validation. When you live authentically, your actions reflect your beliefs. Each choice becomes a step toward a more meaningful and coherent life. Straying from your values might bring short-term convenience, but over time it causes deeper issues. Loss of self-respect. When you act against your principles, you risk losing trust in yourself. Emotional conflict. Compromising your values often leads to guilt, regret, or a sense of disconnection from your true self. External dependence. Relying on others' approval makes you vulnerable to constant shifts in their opinions or expectations. Missed fulfillment. True contentment comes from living authentically. Compromising for temporary gains leaves you feeling empty and unfulfilled. The Stoics believed that alignment with your values was a source of inner peace. As Seneca taught, be silent as to what you believe in, but let your deeds show, your actions, not others' opinions, define your character. Living according to your values is a daily practice that requires reflection, courage, and intentionality. Here's how you can embody this principle in 2025. Define your core values. Take time to write down your top 3 to 5 core values. Principles like honesty, kindness, or perseverance. Use them as a guidepost for your decisions. Create a value-based decision filter. When faced with a choice, ask, does this align with my values? Will this action bring me closer to the person I want to become? Let this guide your actions, even in challenging situations. Practice saying no. Learn to turn down opportunities, invitations, or commitments that don't align with your values. It's okay to protect your time and energy for what matters most. Monitor your actions. Reflect regularly on how your actions align with your values. This practice strengthens your commitment to living authentically. Recalibrate when needed. If you notice you're straying from your values, pause and recalibrate. Forgive yourself for any lapses and focus on moving forward with integrity. Living according to your values creates a ripple effect of positive changes. Greater self-respect. You trust yourself more because you're living in alignment with what matters. Emotional stability. Acting consistently with your values brings clarity and reduces inner conflict. Authentic relationships. You attract people who share or respect your values, deepening your connections. Lasting fulfillment. True happiness comes from living authentically, not from chasing fleeting pleasures or societal approval. As the Stoics teach us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. It's through these daily, value-driven actions that you build a life of meaning and purpose. In 2025, commit to living a life defined by your values, not fleeting trends or external demands. Let your principles guide you, your integrity strengthen you, and your choices reflect the person you aspire to be. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. By living according to your values, you unlock the peace and fulfillment of an authentic life. Be mindful of impermanence. Impermanence is one of life's most profound truths. Everything changes, nothing lasts forever. For the Stoics, this idea wasn't a source of despair, but a reminder to live fully and with gratitude. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this, reminding himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Embracing impermanence allows us to focus on what matters and approach life with humility, courage, and presence. Impermanence manifests in countless ways. Changes in relationships. People grow, move, or drift apart. Friendships and connections, no matter how deep, can evolve. Fleeting moments of joy, whether it's a vacation, a celebration, or a moment of laughter. These experiences come and go, leaving behind only memories. The passage of time. We age, seasons change, and opportunities arise and fade, reminding us that life is constantly in motion. The loss of loved ones. One of the most poignant reminders of impermanence is the inevitability of loss. The Stoics encourage us not to fear these realities, but to see them as opportunities to cultivate appreciation and resilience. When we accept that everything is temporary, we learn to cherish what we have and let go when it's time. When we deny impermanence or refuse to confront it, we create unnecessary suffering. Fear of change, resisting the natural ebb and flow of life, leads to anxiety and frustration. Clinging to the past. Holding on to what was can prevent us from embracing new opportunities or appreciating the present. Over-attachment. Becoming overly attached to possessions, people, or achievements can make loss feel unbearable. Lost gratitude. Taking things for granted blinds us to the beauty of what we already have. Seneca put it beautifully. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Understanding impermanence allows us to weep less for what we lose and rejoice more in what we have. Embracing impermanence doesn't mean letting go of everything. It means holding on to each moment lightly. Here's how you can live this Stoic principle in 2025. Reflect on the temporary nature of life. Take moments each day to remind yourself that everything, your joys and challenges alike, is temporary. This simple acknowledgement brings clarity and reduces fear. Practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Impermanence makes these things precious, whether it's time spent with loved ones or a peaceful moment alone. Detach with love. Love and enjoy what you have, but recognize when it's time to let go. This applies to relationships, possessions, and even past versions of yourself. Live with urgency. Don't postpone your dreams. Impermanence is a reminder that tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so take steps today to live the life you want. Meditate on mortality. The Stoics often used a practice called memento mori, or remembering that you will die. This isn't morbid. It's a call to appreciate your time and prioritize what truly matters. Adopting a mindset of impermanence brings profound benefits. Gratitude for the present. Knowing moments are fleeting helps you savor them more fully. Reduced fear of change. Accepting impermanence makes change less intimidating and more natural. Deeper relationships. You cherish your connections and express your love without hesitation. Increased clarity. You let go of what doesn't serve you and focus on what truly enriches your life. As Epictetus reminds us, consider who you are in the briefness of life. The remainder is small. Live as on a mountain. 2025 is an opportunity to live with the wisdom of impermanence. Cherish your joys, endure your challenges, and approach each day as a unique gift. Let go of fear and embrace gratitude for the beauty in every fleeting moment. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, soon you will have forgotten everything. Soon, everything will have forgotten you. This isn't a warning. It's an invitation to live fully and love deeply while you still can. Choose progress over perfection. In a world obsessed with flawless outcomes, many of us fall into the perfectionist trap. We delay starting projects, procrastinate, or give up entirely because we fear anything less than perfect. But the Stoics understood that perfection is an illusion and progress, however small, is the key to living a fulfilling life. Seneca reminds us, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. Choosing progress over perfection is about valuing growth over fear and focusing on consistent effort rather than unattainable ideals. Choosing progress over perfection can show up in your daily life in many ways. Celebrating small wins. Instead of aiming for a perfect workout, you applaud yourself for simply showing up at the gym. Taking imperfect action. Rather than waiting for the right time to start a project, you dive in and adjust along the way. Learning from mistakes. You use failures as lessons instead of reasons to quit. Every setback is just another step forward. Focusing on incremental growth. Instead of achieving a dramatic result immediately, you concentrate on gradual, steady improvement. When you release the need for perfection, every step, no matter how small, becomes a victory. You begin to find joy in the journey, not just the outcome. Perfectionism is more than just a productivity hurdle. It creates real obstacles in our personal and professional lives. Paralysis. You become so focused on getting everything right that you end up doing nothing at all. Procrastination. Perfectionists often delay starting tasks, convinced they're not yet ready to meet their own high standards. Burnout. Constantly striving for perfection leads to exhaustion, as it's an unattainable goal. Missed opportunities. Waiting for the perfect moment can mean you miss valuable chances to grow, learn, or share your work. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do what you can with what you have, where you are. Perfectionism wastes the only resource you can't get back: time. By focusing on progress, you free yourself to move forward and achieve meaningful results. This new year, embrace the Stoic principle of progress over perfection with intentional actions. Set realistic goals. Break big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of writing a book in a month, commit to writing just 500 words a day. Focus on consistency. Consistency beats intensity every time. Build daily habits that compound into long-term success, like exercising for 15 minutes rather than waiting to complete an hour-long workout. Reframe failures. See mistakes as opportunities for growth rather than signs of failure. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Then apply that lesson moving forward. Adopted done is better than perfect mindset. Remember that progress is more impactful than unrealized dreams. Release imperfect work, knowing you can improve along the way. Celebrate effort over outcome. Shift your focus to the process. Did you show up, try, or learn something? Celebrate those actions regardless of the results. When you choose progress over perfection, your life transforms in powerful ways. Greater confidence. Each small win builds momentum, reminding you of your capabilities. Reduce stress. Letting go of the need to be perfect frees you from unnecessary pressure and mental clutter. Personal growth, every step, even missteps, brings lessons that help you evolve. Resilient mindset. You begin to approach challenges with curiosity, knowing there's always room to grow. The Stoics believe that we improve not through leaps, but through steady effort. As Epictetus said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Focus on your habits, and perfection will take care of itself. Perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Make 2025 a year of action, growth, and learning by embracing imperfections and focusing on steady, consistent effort. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius teaches, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Start small, stay consistent, and let each step guide you to a stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled version of yourself. Seek contentment over material success. True wealth isn't measured by the size of your bank account or the things you own. It's found in the peace of mind that comes from valuing what truly matters. The Stoics teach us that contentment is an inner state, not something dependent on external achievements. As Seneca wisely said, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor. This timeless truth encourages us to focus on cultivating gratitude, simplicity, and purpose over chasing material success. Seeking contentment over material success can be transformative. Here's what it looks like in everyday life. Living simply. Instead of chasing after the latest trends or upgrades, you learn to appreciate what you already have. Gratitude practices. You pause to reflect on the abundance in your life, whether it's a warm meal, a safe home, or a good conversation. Value-driven spending. You focus your financial resources on meaningful experiences, like spending time with loved ones or supporting a cause, rather than accumulating possessions. Letting go of comparisons. You release the need to compete with others, finding contentment in your unique path and pace. When we prioritize internal fulfillment over external validation, we shift from a cycle of constant wanting to a state of gratitude and satisfaction. Material success may bring temporary pleasure, but chasing it as the ultimate goal often leads to deeper dissatisfaction. Endless craving. The pursuit of more money, possessions, or recognition is a never-ending cycle that rarely satisfies. Loss of time and energy. Focused solely on external gains, we may neglect relationships, health, or personal growth. Emotional burnout, stress from always wanting or needing to achieve the next milestone, can take a toll on mental well-being. Shallow fulfillment. Possessions lose their novelty over time, leaving behind a sense of emptiness. Epictetus taught us that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The relentless pursuit of material success keeps us tethered to fleeting rewards, while contentment frees us to savor the present. Make 2025 a year of simplifying your life and cultivating inner peace. Here's how to shift your focus toward contentment. Redefine success. Take time to reflect on what truly makes you happy. Meaningful relationships, personal growth, or simply having time to rest. Define success by these standards, not societal expectations. Practice gratitude daily. Each morning or evening, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. This practice helps you recognize and celebrate the abundance already in your life. Declutter your life. Remove physical and emotional clutter that no longer serves you. Donate unused items and let go of unnecessary commitments. Focus on quality over quantity. Invest in experiences, not things. Prioritize activities that create lasting memories or personal growth, such as traveling, learning, or spending time with loved ones, over accumulating more possessions. Detach from outcomes. Work hard but release attachment to specific results. Enjoy the process and trust that inner peace isn't dependent on external success. Choosing contentment over material success transforms not only your mindset but your quality of life. Inner peace, letting go of the more is better mentality, frees you from stress and anxiety. Deeper relationships, you'll have more time and energy for the people who matter most. Clarity and focus. Simplicity helps you concentrate on meaningful goals rather than distractions. Sustainable happiness. By valuing experiences and personal growth, you cultivate joy that doesn't fade with time. The Stoics teach us that the richest person isn't the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By seeking contentment within, you'll discover that true success comes from peace of mind, not possessions. 2025 is the perfect year to step away from the race for more and embrace the freedom of contentment. Focus on what matters most: gratitude, relationships, and simplicity. Let go of the illusion that happiness can be bought and start uncovering the wealth that's already within you. As Seneca so wisely said, "He is most rich who is content with the least." Act with purpose and intent. Imagine living each day with clarity, focus, and intentionality. Too often, we drift through life, reacting to circumstances rather than proactively shaping our future. Marcus Aurelius wisely warned us, don't waste what's left of your life in doubt and hesitation. He understood that time is the one resource we can't get back. Once a moment is gone, it's lost forever. So, to live a life that truly reflects your values and purpose, you must act with purpose and intent. When we consciously direct our efforts toward meaningful goals, we not only achieve more, we live more fully, more thoughtfully, and with greater satisfaction. To act with purpose and intent is to live each day with a sense of meaning and clarity. Here's what it looks like in action. Clear, defined goals. You decide what truly matters to you and set tangible objectives that align with your higher purpose. Whether it's personal growth, relationships, or career success, prioritize meaningful actions. Instead of reacting to distractions or endless to-do lists, you consciously choose what will move you closer to your desired outcomes. Avoiding wastefulness, you make decisions that contribute to long-term fulfillment, rather than indulging in time-wasting habits or unimportant tasks. Mindful work. Whether you're in meetings, working on creative endeavors, or engaging in personal development, you bring focus, energy, and clarity into every task. When we live with purpose and intent, we move from a passive existence to an active one. Each action becomes a meaningful step toward our higher goals. Living without purpose and intent can leave you feeling stuck, unsatisfied, and disconnected from your true self. Here's why failing to act with direction is problematic. A sense of drifting. Without purpose, it's easy to let days slip by without feeling like you're moving toward anything. Life starts to feel reactive rather than deliberate. Lack of fulfillment. A life lived without purpose often leads to deep dissatisfaction, because it's easy to lose sight of what matters most, leaving behind shallow or unfulfilling accomplishments. Constant distractions. In a world of endless notifications, easy distractions, and mindless scrolling, it's easy to waste precious time on activities that don't contribute to personal growth or long-term happiness. Missed opportunities. Without clear goals, you may miss moments to connect deeply with others, make progress on what matters, or transform an idea into reality. Seneca advised, while we are postponing, life is passing by. When we avoid acting with purpose, we delay the lives we could be creating. And those moments, once gone, can never be regained. Living with purpose and intent is a choice, a daily practice you can begin today. Here are some ways to apply this Stoic principle in 2025. Identify your higher purpose. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What legacy do you want to leave? What personal goals, passions, or causes call to you? Write down your answers and use them as a guide to make decisions that support your vision. Set intentional goals. Once you've identified your purpose, create concrete goals that align with it. Break your larger goals down into smaller, actionable steps that can be completed each day, and prioritize them over distractions. Minimize distractions. Set boundaries around your time. Limit social media usage, avoid multitasking, and eliminate unnecessary noise that hinders your ability to focus on what matters. A simple tool to start with is using a time block or the Pomodoro technique, where you work in focused bursts with breaks in between. Embrace mindful actions. Approach everything with intention, even in your personal life. Whether it's eating, working, or spending time with others, bring your full presence to the moment. This mindset allows you to engage more deeply and meaningfully in whatever you do. Review progress regularly. Take time to assess your actions each week. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my goals and purpose? Adjust your course as necessary and acknowledge the progress you've made. Reflect, learn, and continue moving forward with a clear vision. Living with purpose and intent brings numerous life-changing benefits. Clarity and confidence. You have a clear sense of direction, which helps you make decisions with greater ease and certainty. Satisfaction and fulfillment. Every action feels purposeful, and when you see progress toward your larger goals, you experience a deep sense of accomplishment and happiness. Meaningful relationships. With purposeful intention, you can cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections with others, building lasting bonds. Better use of time. You manage your time effectively, using it for the things that truly matter rather than losing it to trivial distractions. Legacy building. Every purposeful choice contributes to the legacy you're creating, ensuring that what you leave behind reflects your true values and intentions. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be intentional about our lives. Be attentive to the matter in hand, and don't get distracted by others' chatter. Once it's over, the time's gone and can't be retrieved. Live every day as though it matters, because it does. In 2025, choose purpose over aimlessness. Decide to live intentionally and meaningfully each day. Make decisions that are rooted in your highest purpose, not in the fleeting noise of distractions. When you approach your life with this deliberate focus, every step you take will lead you closer to your fullest potential. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Your life is shaped by your actions, so make each one count. These 8 Stoic lessons are timeless tools for creating clarity and growth. As you step into 2025, carry these principles with you and watch how they transform your life into something more intentional, balanced, and meaningful. If this video inspired you to reset your perspective, don't forget to subscribe, and share which Stoic lesson resonates with you the most in the comments below. Let's make 2025 a year of growth, clarity, and purpose together.